from New Zealand. And we see Robert Manson, the Kiwi, in lane one. Struggled for form following his wins at the second and third World Cups with some injuries, but on the far side of the course, it will be M1XA Sinek and the newcomer Thomas Barris from Great Britain, who all the eyes will be on.
That's right, shows you the advantage of winning semi-finals to go on this near side, which M1XA Sinek, the Czech, and the Brit Tom Barris did. But there's Robbie Manson. He was my favourite for gold before the championships, but he was out of the boat with injury. The Kiwi's very brave, as is this man, M1XA. Fantastic sculler at under 23 in junior level. So many gold medals now in the final of the men's singles. Angel Fournier Rodriguez, call him the home favourite. Cuba's not so far from where we are. It's going to be a big ask over there in lane 3. Damir Martin closer to this near side, the Olympic silver medalist from Croatia. It's a pretty decent draw for him, coming back into form when it matters. M1XA Sinek, a lot of people had this guy down through the regatta and after his semi-final win as their favourite. His semi-final was quicker than the other one, which this man won, Tom Barris, originally from Burway Rowing Club, down there just outside of London. And Tom Barris has done an incredible job. He's been a sensation here in this World Championships, the young Brit. 7th fastest British sculler when the season began. No question he's the fastest now.
Croatia, Czech Republic, Great Britain. Attention.
And a fast start there from the man from the Czech Republic, M1XA Sinek, in lane 5. To his right, Damir Martin, the Olympic silver medalist. He looks across there to get the measure of the man. But M1XA, what a start in lane 2 from Germany.
How about M1XA with this great start? And it doesn't even look like he's working too hard, does it? It's just efficiency, and the boat's popped out.
Well, I saw him win the under-23s in Rotterdam a year ago, Greg, and he looked sensational. He was so far out in front, ahead of the man on this side from Britain, Tom Barris. It's a wonder now in the same contest, but M1XA's got this incredible technical efficiency, as is this man back on form after his disappointing Lucerne.
Yeah, the big man, M1XA Sinek, like you say, alongside Damir Martin and Fournier Rodriguez, the more established 3 really in this event. Fournier Rodriguez, so strong, so experienced in the event, and just moving really smoothly along there. I guess if you like, the other 3 are all a bit newer on the block. Robbie Manson has set that world best time, so we expect a lot from him, but the race tightening up.
And we saw Robbie Manson get really dropped in the semi-final the other day, and he would know that he can't get away with that if he wants to feature in the medals here today. And he's had a much better start. The whole field quite compressed at this stage. Yeah,
decent start from the Brit Tom Barris. We can see him there in front of shot with the yellow sunglasses. Maybe slightly lower rate of striking than the others, but nice long stroke. Beautiful ease, poise, technical efficiency. I think his bows are going through into 3rd place. So it's the Czech leading, it's then the Cuban, then the Brit. M1XA, I think he's back in 4th place as they come through the first quarter.
In fact, in 6th place, it looks like coming through the first quarter now, but it's so tight across the field. And we ride with the leader here. It is the big man, M1XA Sinek from the Czech Republic. 2012, he won silver. 2016, he won bronze. The elusive gold medal in the Olympic sculling has evaded him to this point.
And you can notice the stroke rates in the bottom left of the screen as we see the New Zealander Robbie Manson up at 40 strokes a minute, quite unusually so. Everyone else much more down at what you'd expect. The Cuban, such a strong, powerful man, can do it at 34.
Oh, come on, Angel. You know, this is your home water, mates. I know your coach, Jose Figueiredo, will have done a great job preparing you. The water doesn't look so bad over that side now, which is fantastic. He's going toe-to-toe with Sinek, the Cuban. That would be a turn-up if the Cuban beats Sinek, who's shown such magical form here. Barris, consistent in bronze medal position. Robbie Manson, what's he doing up there on the far side? He's going to come, as we see the Kiwi there, set the world alight, the 27-year-old Kiwi. Look at his face.
It doesn't look subtle, does it, really? He just keeps moving it along. He's so powerful in those quads. You can see just how strong he is in his core, and he just keeps it ticking along.
Wow, an incredible view here overhead. You can see how these scullers are placed. Sitting back at the moment, it's Damir Martin, and he's he's really seeming to struggle with that buoy line as well. You can see his oars coming very close to those buoys, which you want to be careful of, because it can, if you hook onto them, it can cause you to tip in, as we've seen some of the other rowers come afoul earlier this morning. But look at these two big men in the centre of the field. We saw them in the semi-final, I think it was, where they were toe-to-toe for most of the race. It's a bit of a game of chicken here to see who will move first.
Toe-to-toe is what it is really at the head of the field there. The Czech sculler, the Cuban sculler. We got the Brit in third place. He's the young pretender, the new one on the block, and he's sculling so nicely, hanging in there. Will he be able to make any kind of move on towards the top of the medal podium, or is he just going to hang on for a medal? Yeah,
Tom Barras, coached by Paul Stannard, who took the British quad to a fantastic silver medal with that last-minute substitute Graham Thomas yesterday. And he's still in this race. He could still take this title. I mean, no mind about reputations of these two guys here, Sinek and Fournier Rodriguez. Barras is in there for a medal. He's in bronze medal position at the moment, ahead of Robbie Manson in the black belt on the far side.
Yeah, and I think that's worth noting that Robbie Manson's just starting to drop down. That gap's getting bigger now, 22 metres, 23 metres from the lead as the toe-to-toe at the head of the field. It is Sinek and Fournier Rodriguez, and Sinek just easing out every stroke now, just taking that tiny inch, a centimetre or so each stroke, just squeezing it out and just trying to open that lead on the Cuban beside him.
Coached by Milan Dolicic, and of course the British performance director of Czech rowing, Simon Cox, came over from the Australian system. This will be a great coup for him if the Czech wins, and this is a decisive move. The Cuban looks cool, looks calm, collected, but ahead of him, over his left shoulder, the Czech is moving.
And I think the Cuban just doesn't scull quite as long. He doesn't quite get the reach in his shoulders that you see in this side-by-side shot from Sinek, who just gets that little bit more out of the stroke at the moment.
And you talk about that bag of tricks that these scullers have, and that's a real agility to be able to change their race plan and to be able to react and respond to what's going on in the course. It's such a tactical event. We saw the 8 beforehand. It's so hard and so fast. There's no time to think, but there's so much time to think in this event.
So we're going to ride with the Olympic bronze medalist from 2016, Sinek. So used to the head-to-heads with him and Mahe Drysdale. There's the Olympic silver medalist from Croatia in the foreground, the reverse angle shot showing you the grandstand. They have 350, 400 to go. The drone flies over the race leader.
So Sinek there at the head of the field. He's moved on quite decisively now to 10 metres. This positions are starting to get quite spread. I'm interested to see whether the Croatian Damir Martin can pull back and force himself into the medals, as Sinek looks here to pull out to clear water ahead of Fournier Rodriguez in the silver medal position.
He's had so many toe-to-toe sprints with Mahe Drysdale. You'd back the Czech any day in the last 250. I think the Cuban has settled for silver medal. He will look across to Tom Barras, currently in bronze. Damir Martin, I think he's out of it. The British safe in bronze medal for the moment. Here comes Sinek.
Wow, what a move here by Sinek. He's up on 38 strokes a minute. Not sure what's happening in the back of the field. Tim Ole-Naska out of it, down at 32. The Kiwi currently sitting in 5th position. Wow, what a turn of events here. And it's going to be Damir Martin. He looks across at Tom Barras, the young Brit. He's going to make a move for him to get into the medals. What
a sprint we had from Damir Martin in the Olympics. Just failed to catch Mahe Drysdale. I think Barras is safe, but Damir Martin is coming out in front. It's Sinek, imperious, smooth, long.
We're passing our commentary position. We have got Sinek in front. We've got the Cuban in second. Damir Martin is closing on the young Brit, but I think the British sculler Tom Barras is going to hang on, take that bronze medal just ahead of the fast finishing Croatian. And they just held on to those positions in the end.
What a imperious scull from the Czech. World champion in 2017. The Cuban practically on home water, Angel Fournier Rodriguez, so smooth, so cool, so laid back in silver medal. But sensation from this man, the young Brit, the find of the season, and that probably includes Robbie Manson. This man, Tom Barras, just 23 years of age, has got a bronze medal in the World Championships. Hey, dreams do happen.
They certainly do, as we see Damir Martin here, so strong and powerful getting off the start. He was the man of 1996. 1996, the man of 2016. And he wasn't quite able to rekindle that speed and that last finishing sprint to get himself onto the medal podium. As we see Fournier Rodriguez so solid and really just set into that silver medal position for the last 500 behind the big man, Andrei Sinek, taking home the gold.
I can't believe that's the penultimate event of this year's World Championships. We've just got the women's 8 to come, and it's been over so quickly.
Well, that last race of the day is going to be the women's 8. High hopes again for the home crowd with the American women racing in that.
6:40, pretty quick time. 10 seconds off world's best pace for the Czech. The Cuban just over a length back in second. The young Brit, sensational bronze medal for him, ahead of the Olympic silver medalist from Croatia, Damir Martin. Robbie Manson, the world's best time holder, back in